Welcome to today's session in physics. Today we are discussing some additional problems. First, a rectangular loop of side 25 cm and 10 cm carrying a current of 15 ampere is placed at its longer side parallel to the long straight conductor 2 cm apart carrying a current of 25 ampere. What is the net force on the loop? So as you can see from the diagram, there are four sides of the loop, and the sides AB and CD will be experiencing forces, and the net force will not get cancelled. But the sides AD and BC, they will experience forces, and the forces will be equal and opposite and collinear also. So those two forces will get cancelled. That means the force on sides AD and BC will get cancelled. So we will find the force on the sides AB and CD. As we can see from the diagram, the current through AB and the wire, they are in the same direction. So it is the same as parallel conductors. Current through CD and wire, they are carrying current in opposite direction, so it is anti-parallel conductor. So force between XY and that AB, that means current carrying wire and AB will be attractive, and the force between wire and the side CD will be repulsive, because parallel currents attract each other and anti-parallel currents repel each other. Okay, so now we will see which force is more. So we have to find the value of or the magnitude of force experienced by AB and CD. First, we will see the force on AB. Force on AB is given by mu 0 by 4 pi into 2 I1 I2 by R1. So here it is written actually mu 0 I1 I2 by 2 pi d. So to have that 4 pi for easy for calculation, it is multiplied and divided by 2. So we have length of the conductor, that is 25 centimeter. So substituting everything, we will have 9.375 into 10 raised to minus 4 Newton, that is attractive. Similarly, on the force on the side CD, so we have F2, same way, doing the substitution, we have 1.5625 into 10 raised to minus 4. So this force is repulsive, previous one it is attractive. So attractive force is more in magnitude. So the net force will be 9.375 into 10 raised to minus 4 minus 1.5625 into 10 raised to minus 4. So 7.8125 into 10 raised to minus 4 Newton, that much attractive. A rectangular coil of sides 8 cm and 6 cm having 2000 turns and carrying current 200 milliampere is placed in a uniform magnetic field 0.2 Tesla directed along positive x-axis. What is the maximum torque the coil can experience, and in which orientation does it experience maximum torque? Maximum torque when theta equal to 90 degree. For which orientation of the coil is the torque 0? Theta equal to 0 and theta equal to 180. When is this equilibrium stable? When is it unstable? When theta equal to 0 it is stable. Theta equal to 180 degree it is unstable. So here we have the data L and B are given. From that we can calculate the area. Number of turns 2000. Current is 200 milliampere, that is 0.2 ampere. B is 0.2 Tesla. So magnetic dipole moment is NIA 1.92 ampere meter square, and magnitude of the torque is given by mb sine theta. So maximum torque is asked, for which theta is 90 degree. You will get 0.384 Newton meter. And the torque is maximum when the x-axis lies in the plane of the coil. Okay, then only theta will have as 90 degree. The torque on the coil is 0 when M is parallel or anti-parallel, that is in the YZ plane, and the coil will be in stable equilibrium when M is parallel to B and unstable equilibrium when M is anti-parallel to B. Coming to the next question, two identical circular wires B and Q, each of radius R and carrying current I, are kept in perpendicular planes such that they have a common center as shown. Find the magnitude and direction of the net magnetic field at the common center of the two coils. Hope you can see from the diagram how the two coils are kept. Two identical coil, so their radius is the same, and the direction of current is as shown, and we have to find the magnetic field, net magnetic field at the center. So first of all, we should see what is the direction of the magnetic field at the center due to each coil. Due to first coil, you can see that the current is flowing. You can use the right hand thumb rule. So you can find that the magnetic field is in positive y direction. Okay, due to the first coil or coil 1, the magnetic field is in positive y direction. And due to the second coil, the current is in such a way that the magnetic field comes in positive x direction. So here in this diagram, BP and BQ shows the magnetic field due to the two coils. Okay, and you know the two coils are identical and current flowing through them are the same. And with respect to the loop, we are finding the magnetic field at the center. So the expression for magnetic field is mu 0 I by 2R. Okay, then substituting, you have to find the resultant. The resultant means here BP and BQ are perpendicular to each other. So by using parallelogram law of vector addition, last year we have studied, here theta becomes 90 degree. So root of BP square plus BQ square only will come. Cos 90 is 0, no. So that third term will not come. So the resultant is root 2 BP. BP and BQ are equal in magnitude. So we have root 2 into mu 0 I by 2R or mu 0 I by root 2R. Now direction also we are asked to find. Direction quickly we can write, because here the two forces or the two magnetic fields are equal. So if two vectors are inclined at an angle theta, equal vectors, if two equal vectors are inclined at an angle theta, their resultant will be making an angle theta by 2 with either of the vectors. Last year we have discussed this. So that point we can apply here. I repeat that point. If theta is the angle between two equal vectors, then the resultant will make an angle theta by 2 with either of the vectors. So that resultant will be making an angle 45 degree with BP and BQ. That is the answer. So net field is directed at an angle 45 degree with either of the two fields. A proton and an alpha particle of the same velocity enter in turn a region of uniform magnetic field acting perpendicular to their direction of motion. Deduce the ratio of the radii of the circular paths described by the particles. So here we have the radius given by mv by qb. So you have the two particles, proton and alpha particle. So both for proton and alpha particle, you have to write the expression for R and just divide the two expressions. And it's given they are entering the magnetic field with same velocity, and magnetic field also are same. So those two terms which are same will get cancelled. That means velocity and magnetic field. And what remains is mass and charge. So we have R alpha by Rp as M alpha by Mp into Qp by Q alpha. And alpha particle is a helium nucleus, so it has twice the charge as that of proton, and it has a mass 4 times the mass of proton. That means M alpha equal to 4 mp and Qp equal to, or Q alpha equal to 2 Qp. So substituting, we will get the ratio as 2:1. So don't forget, alpha particle is helium nucleus. Now, two identical circular loops P and Q, each of radius r and carrying currents I and 2I respectively, are lying in parallel planes such that they have a common axis. The direction of current in both the loops is clockwise as seen from O, which is equidistant from both loops. Find the magnitude of net magnetic field at point O. So here it's given on looking from O, current through I, that means P and Q, they are in clockwise direction. So finding the direction of magnetic field at the point O due to P and Q, you will get them to be in opposite directions. By due to P, the magnetic field is towards P by using right hand thumb rule. Curl the fingers in the direction of current, right hand fingers. Then the thumb shows the direction of magnetic field. In the same way, due to Q also. So BP and BQ will get them to be in opposite direction. Then the magnitudes when we look, because currents are different. Through P the current is I and through Q the current is 2I. So when we find the magnitude of magnetic field using the equations, we have mu 0 I by 4 root 2 R, that is BP due to P, and mu 0 I by 2 root 2 R 4 due to Q. So the net magnetic field will be towards Q because that is more, and that is mu 0 I by 4 root 2 R. That means you have to just subtract BP from BQ. So you'll get mu 0 I by 4 root 2 R, that is towards Q. Two small identical circular loops marked 1 and 2 carrying equal currents are placed with geometrical axes perpendicular to each other as shown. Find the magnitude and direction of the net magnetic field at the point O. So here the two loops are kept as shown. So due to 1, the loop 1, the magnetic field, you can use the right hand thumb rule. The magnetic field at the point O will be towards negative x-axis, and that due to 2 will be in means upward direction, that means in positive y direction as shown. So B1 and B2 are as shown, and we know the magnetic field produced by each one because it's given equidistant point is O. So magnitude of magnetic field due to each loop will be the same, and its expression is mu 0 I r square by 2 into x square plus r square whole raised to 3 by 2. And so equal forces, equal magnetic fields, equal vectors are B1 and B2, and their angle is 90 degree. So the resultant will be root of B1 square plus B2 square. And since equal vectors act at an angle 90 degree, their resultant will make an angle 45 degree with either of the vectors. So by that way we have the resultant mu 0 I r square root 2 divided by 2 into x square plus r square whole raised to 3 by 2, and the direction is making an angle 45 degree with either of the vectors. Now this is a homework question. The same way one problem we have done, in that way you do it and find the answer. Check the answer. It is 2.67 into 10 raised to minus 6 Newton towards the straight wire.